Hi everyone, and welcome to Phil's Fun Fact Friday from Team Vincent Motorsports in Ayr, Ontario. Today we're talking about getting around on the trails from old till new. The old days, trail maps, tank bags, and today it's all online. A quick look around our dealership shows that today's high-tech world has become a vital part of snowmobile touring. Gauges have apps on them, GPS add-ons have been installed, and iPhone warmer and chargers are commonplace everywhere. Back in the 70s, many sledders rarely left their local riding area, so maps and signage were hardly needed. In the 80s and 90s, destination and overnight riding led to the need for better signage and accurate maps. The original maps were rarely accurate and sometimes even hand-drawn or traced from road maps. They were not accurate, but they were way better than nothing. Eventually, with better maps, a new accessory called the tank bag came to be a common sight. Back in the 80s and 90s, when we'd go riding, the person up front had one of these, a tank bag. They'd have extra gloves and some other things in front, but most importantly was the map. You could see it through the clear plastic. During the day, you'd pull out that map, flip around next section, in it would go. So the person up front, they had the tank bag, they had the map, they made the decision on whether you go right, left, and maybe get lost. The tank bags worked well, but the paper maps were often a soggy, torn mess by the end of a day's ride. Following the ever-improving signage was a good idea, as was the following of the main trail network, which became known as the OFSC Tops Trails. A huge improvement in tour planning was the posting of trails online. Not only was there a consistent scale and legend, but the trail conditions were now up to date. When the trail show closed or limited, you know how to make a responsible sledding decision. In the 80s, I would look at a map from an area we wanted to ride and actually call the sponsors on the map for trail conditions. Calling those local businesses was the only way to find out if locals were riding and if the groomers were out at night. Today, with one official website as a source for trail information, there is no longer an excuse for sledders to be riding on closed trails. When planning a trip or before heading out on any ride, it's so easy in Ontario to check out the OFSC website for the latest trail conditions. You can see what's open, what's closed, and what's operating in a limited capacity. There's no reason to run on closed trails anymore in Ontario. Heading into 2022, snowmobilers have the ultimate in sled trip planning on their computer, on their phone, and on their snowmobile dash. Our dealership in Ayr, Ontario has a trail starting right from our front door parking lot. That's right, from our dealership, we can ride right on the trails, so we can look online and see what's open in our area and right across the province. Today's snowmobilers have it so much easier and so much better than we did years ago. You know the trail conditions before you even head out in the morning. You know the location, the conditions, where food and fuel are with up-to-date information. Thanks so much to the volunteers who've worked diligently for decades to bring it to today's level. Thank you so much for watching our video series here at Team Vincent Motorsports. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe to our entire YouTube collection. Team Vincent Motorsports, Ayr, Ontario.